Welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, March 8th in the NBA. My three best plays are on the way. If you are new, my name's Austin. As always, we do a recap of yesterday, and unfortunately, we don't have the brooms out today. Our 5-0 run was halted with a 1-2 day. Now, we did get lucky cashing Josh Hart's under in points. I think he had 9 points in the first quarter, ended with 14 on the hook. Now, that was kind of balanced out with some unluckiness on James Harden. He ended up going over with garbage time free throws. For whatever reason, the Knicks were down 7 with 30 seconds left, and they decided to foul, and that's how we got 3 more points. And then our DeMar DeRozan play didn't hit. The game wasn't really that tight, and also it was a big Zach LaVine day. DeRozan ends with 29. We needed 32. His PRA line cashed. I think that's like the second time we've taken a DeRozan prop, his points and assists when the PRA hits. So maybe we'll just be going to PRAs. But either way, a 1-2 day. I'm not too worried about it. The reads, I liked them. Just didn't come through for us. Today I got 3 reads. And honestly, I take blame for the losing day yesterday because on Wednesday, we found a winning day. And what did we do? We had 1 parlay, 1 over, 1 under. Yesterday, I went away from it. We had 1 over, 2 unders. That's not how we do it. Today, we're going back to the status quo. 1 over, 1 under, 1 parlay. And we're going to dive into them in just one moment. Yesterday, I also had an underdog fantasy slip. And of course, it missed by 1. Painful, but a reminder, we're going to have another one at the end of the video. It's going to include 3 plays that I really like. They aren't the official plays, but 3 other ones so I can talk about some other plays so you maybe can hear my thoughts on some other players. Reminder, use code COS. You'll get this Luka Doncic free pick for tonight for him to get 1 point. He's getting that done, and you'll get a match on your first deposit up to $1,000. So again, Underdog Fantasy, we love them. We'll talk about them at the end of the video. Sign up using code COS or link at the top of the description. But let's dive in. We got 3 plays. We'll begin with the over. Then we'll go to the under. Then we'll end with the parlay, which will be in the Lakers and Celtics game, arguably biggest game of the slate, at least the one with the most hype to it. First play of the day, my favorite over is Franz Wagner. Over 23.5 points, minus 125 on DraftKings. Now, if this line is 24.5, which I imagine is where it's going to go, I still like it there. Franz has ended with 24 points only once this season. Let's hope he doesn't make it twice. Let's hope he gets 25 or more for everyone out there. I really like this matchup for him, as him and the Magic are on the road taking on the Bucks. Now, the Magic have been a disaster on offense all season long, let's be honest, but especially as of late, as they've lost 5 straight games, facing the Bucks, who have won, 8 of their last 9. This is a big game for the Magic. They need to win this game. And I don't know if they do win it, but I don't think they have a chance if Franz ain't scoring 25 points. Now, in terms of this matchup as a whole, we think about the matchup for Paolo Banchero. He's going to probably get Giannis Antetokounmpo. So not only will it be potentially put in foul trouble on the other side of the court, it's also going to be a tough spot for him to score. Now, he has scored against Giannis in the past, but I could see him maybe deferring a little bit more to Franz, who likely gets the Torian Prince or Kyle Kuzma matchup, which I think is a much better one, advantageous-wise for the Magic. Now, let's talk about Franz, and as always, we'll be bringing back PropsMadness. Reminder, code COS, best research tool, 25% off your purchase. Take advantage of that. Let's talk about Franz. Now, on the season, you look at Franz, he's over in 18 of his last 30. Pretty solid. Let's include, though, games with Banchero. In Banchero games, over in 12 of 24. So not the best hit rate. Is coming off a game against the Bulls where he shot below 40%, 35%. Just not a great game for him. 0 for 3 from 3. But when he plays with Banchero and he gets 30 or more minutes, which he had some games in here where he played 11 and 23 minutes, much better hit rate. So obviously, I'm done. Over an 11 of 19 when he plays 30 or more minutes. If he doesn't play 30 or more minutes tonight, something went wrong. He got injured, got into foul trouble. Even if it's a blowout, he still will get that. I mean, if you look at one of these games, which game was it? One of these games, they lost by 40. This game, they lost by 40 to the Cavaliers. She still played 35 minutes. So I really think this is a good spot where you'll see a high floor for Banchero, or Franz and Banchero, heck. I mean, 38, 36, 39. I mean, he plays a ton of minutes in there. And what we've seen last year when he faced this team, he hasn't faced them head-to-head wise this season. Banchero's been out for those games. Banchero's been in. But last season against them, 24. So one of those would have went on the hook if he had 23.5. 29 and 25 points. Now you look at the volume, 16. I went into this game. They actually got 62 points from other guys that weren't Banchero and Wagner. The Magic never get 62 points from other guys. I mean, last game against the Bulls, sure, but the Bucks actually try on defense, so other guys aren't going to get free buckets. Other games, 29 points on 23 shots, only got 4 free throw attempts, and then 21 shots here, 4 free throw attempts here, only plays 33 minutes. They won by 25, lost this game by 4. So again, pretty good track record against this this Milwaukee Bucks team. Think about how he scores. Pick and roll ball handler, number 1 most common transition. Both pretty good matchups. Free throws, not the best matchup. We know we can get to the free throw line a good amount, but I'm not too worried about having to get bailout calls to get the buckets. We think about Brook Lopez. He plays a lot of drop coverage, so I think Franz will be able to get into this mid-range or high post area and have plenty of success. And I really think this is a spot where they need him to go out there and score the basketball. And we've seen this season when he plays with Banchero and when he gets the usage, we're talking, the field goal attempts, talking, I don't know, I think 18 is a pretty safe number. He said he gets 18 shots, over an 11 of 15 with Banchero. Most of his misses, 9 for 21, not a single free throw. This game, not a single free throw as well, only 31 minutes. This game, just, not a great game for him. 21, tough matchup against the Warriors, and then 20 points here. So I really think this is a game where we see him get the volume, 18 shots. Honestly, I think he could easily get up closer to 20 to 24 shots tonight. I think it's a great matchup for him. Don't love it for Banchero. Obviously, I'm done. Both guys should get the usage. I really like Franz Wagner's over in points tonight, my first play of the day. Second play, we're going to an under. And I really think this is a sharp spot to back him. It's a Thompson under 16.5 points, plus 100 on ESPN Bet. I was hoping to get a 17.5 line, which is what his line was last game against the Pelicans. Unfortunately, it dropped to 16.5. Yeah, I'm going to fade him. I looked at a couple, and maybe I'll touch on this game a little bit more, but it's the same exact matchup, Pelicans versus Rockets. The Rockets beat them by 12, I think, in their last matchup. Wasn't a lot of scoring from the Rockets out there. I mean, they scored 107 points or something like that. Jalen Green was a no-show. Şengün had 22, but not a lot of volume for him. Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr. got their usage, but not a ton of points. It's not like they were going berserk. So Amen Thompson actually had a good game. He had 21 points, and we'll touch on that a little bit more. But you've seen his usage with Tari Eason in the lineup and Jabari Smith Jr. coming off the bench. Hasn't been great. I really don't like this spot for Amen Thompson. I'll touch on that matchup, why I like him at 16.5. I don't think it drops to 15.5. I don't know if I'd really play it there, but I really like his under. It's one of my favorite ones of the day. Now, we'll touch on Mr. Amen Thompson, 16.5, as you can see on every single book. Plus 100 was the best on ESPN Bet. Lines are probably changing a little bit, but if you look at these, and these are just games without Fred VanVleet and with Tari Eason and Jabari Smith Jr., you're seeing him score 13, 17, 9, 13, and then did get 21 points on 10 of 13 shooting against the Pelicans in the most recent matchup. Now, if you watch a game like I did, because we had the Zion parlay, he didn't really get used a ton on offense. I think his first 3 shots were all fast break dunks. So they gave him those free, easy ones. And then the other ones were mostly them driving in. The Pelicans would vacate the paint and give up an easy lob dunk to Amen Thompson. I think that's an easy thing to fix. And in fact, sure, you could say, Austin, this is a terrible paint defense. And I get it. But these are full on the season numbers. If you look at more recently, over the last 10 games, since they made their trades for Kelly Olynyk, and they've kind of had Bruce Brown in there, this is a Pelicans team that has allowed the 3rd fewest points in the paint. So they've actually been a much better paint defense with a lot of size out there. So I actually don't think this is a great matchup for Amen Thompson. If you look at his usage percentage, he's actually at very low usage. I mean, look at the usage here. This game against the Wizards, 19%. 10% here against the Timberwolves, 12% here, 15, and then 20%. So he was able to get it done against the Pelicans. But again, that was a game in which Jalen Green, their best scorer, scored 9 points. I think he has a better game. Tari Eason had a good game with 20, but I think he's capable of doing that. Dylan Brooks didn't really play great, 14 points, not a lot of volume for him. I think it's a tough spot for Amen Thompson. I think it's an underrated tough spot. Pelicans defense that has switched. I don't like it. I don't. So I will fade Amen Thompson here. Favorite under the day, under 16.5 points. I don't think the usage is there with Reed Shepherd now injured for this game as well as VanVleet. Maybe we see a guy like Cam Whitmore come off the bench, and Cam Whitmore, never seen a shot he didn't like, or Aaron Holiday. Those guys can go be aggressive too. I just don't think it's a great spot for Amen Thompson, who all of his shots last game were just dunks or layups. I think that's an easier thing to adjust to, and maybe Jalen Green gets going today, whereas he really didn't do anything in that last game. My final play of the day, and then we'll talk about our underdog entry, where I have a couple other plays that I really like. This one is going to be the parlay. We had a 2-leg parlay, Celtics-Lakers, biggest game on the slate. This is what I really like. 2 guys to grab some boards. Jason Tatum, 6+ rebounds, and LeBron James, the king, 8+ rebounds. This is minus 121 on FanDuel. Do I wish it was plus money? Yes, but I'm not going to try to chase plus money, add in another leg in there. These are my most 2 confident ones in this game. I think both these 2 guys can grab those rebounds. Now, if you're just talking about LeBron, when we've seen Anthony Davis out of the lineup and Jackson Hayes in there, he's seen a plus 20% towards his rebounding percentage. Also, nearly over half of his rebounds come on three-point attempts, which we know the Celtics, king of the three. They shoot tons of them. Also, let's talk about the matchup for LeBron, and then we'll talk about hit rates and stuff like that. LeBron probably wouldn't shock me if he guards Kristaps Porzingis tonight, and I wouldn't also be shocked if the Lakers go to a small ball lineup. Now, if he's guarding Kristaps, I don't really see the Lakers trying to use Kristaps as much as they would if he was being guarded by the center. And maybe they go small ball, he's going to be the 5 in there. So they're going to need him to end those defensive possessions and grab those boards. Whereas I could see the Celtics hunting guys like Luka Doncic to tire him out. Also, Luka not known for being a big defender, or Austin Reeves. Hunt those guys. You're not going to hunt LeBron. I think he's down there grabbing the boards. Talk about his hit rate in a second. In terms of Jason Tatum's matchup, I think he's going to be defended by Dorian Finney-Smith. And we know anything about Dorian Finney-Smith. On the other side, on offense, he doesn't do anything. All he does is spot up shoot. Celtics are a really good team at limiting spot up opportunities. It's going to be a lot of Luka going one-on-one on guys, maybe kicking it maybe to LeBron, Reeves and stuff. I think Tatum's going to be down there to grab a lot of boards. Now, if you're talking about hit rates, let's talk about this matchup. We have seen LeBron James his last 7 games against this, or last 4 games against the Lakers or Boston, 9, 9, 9, and 14 rebounds. So if you need an individual play, take his regular over. In terms of Tatum, 6 rebounds and 7 straight versus the Lakers. In terms of other hit rates, if we're talking about LeBron, and you could pull up PropsMadness if you wanted to, LeBron over his last 4, 6, 7 games, he has 8 rebounds in 6 of them and averaging over 11 rebounds per game. I really think this is a great spot for LeBron to grab some rebounds. And I honestly think it's a great spot for Jason Tatum to grab 6 or more. Tatum, 6 rebounds in 27 of his last 30. So he's been a really good rebounder. I think this is a great spot for him to be weak side for a lot of shots from Luka, LeBron, and those guys. I think he's going to be just guarding Dorian Finney-Smith or some very low usage guy. I don't think they're going to hunt Tatum on offense either. They're going to hunt some other guys. So I really like this spot for Tatum to grab boards and for LeBron to grab the rebound. So you put these 2 legs together, looking at minus 121 on FanDuel. I didn't really check any other books, but if you need an individual leg, just take LeBron for 8.5. Should be close to plus money. I think LeBron can get you 9 easily. I just took the 1 rebound difference because I really think Tatum is an easy shoe-in for 6 boards tonight. Something he normally gets almost every single game. Hasn't been rebounding as strongly as of late, but in this matchup, big-time game, ABC, you just think Tatum shows up. I really do like his over in rebounds. You could honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if both these guys get 10 or more, just given the matchup. So my 3 plays to recap them. Let's do them real quick before we dive into the underdog entry. We have Franz Wagner, his over in points. Amen Thompson's under in points. And final play of the day, LeBron and Jason Tatum grab some boards. 6 for Tatum, 8 for LeBron. Those are my 3 picks of the day. Let's finally end the show with my underdog slip. A reminder, Underdog Fantasy, use code COS. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000, and you'll get a Luka free square. Speaking of Luka, he's in here. Now, I took his alt line up to 9.5 assists. This is a game we've talked about the Celtics. Don't give up a lot of assists. Don't give up a lot of spot-up opportunities. And I really don't think Jackson Hayes has a big day getting those lob dunks. I don't know where Luka's passing it to. I don't think he gets 10 assists unless there's some garbage full court passes to LeBron. They're pretty good in transition as well. I don't think Luka gets 10. As for CJ McCollum, work our way up. I really like his lower in 25.5 rebounds, PRAs. I don't see him getting a big day. Struggled against the Rockets in the last matchup. I think he had 17. Again, tough matchup. He's going to get Amen Thompson on him. At least that's how they defended him in the first matchup. I don't know. I mean, Amen Thompson is a tough matchup. We're fading him as points, but it's going to be a tough matchup for CJ. And the final one, Giannis, lower than 6.5 assists. I also like Giannis's over in points tonight, but I like the under in assists here at 6.5, lower there. Putting these 3 together, $25 turned into almost 100. So I think it's a really good look here. I really like these 3 picks. Yesterday, our underdog entry missed 1 leg. Miles Bridges went nuclear on that one, but the other 3 are pretty surgical. So either way, love these picks today. Let's have a big day. So hopefully go 3-0. We're back to the 1 over, 1 under, 1 parlay. If that's the recipe for success, let's hopefully keep doing it. We're back to the same polo that we went 3-0 on Thursday with. This polo brings some good luck. You'll see it in tomorrow's video. Let's have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys back again tomorrow with some more picks. I'll see you guys then. Peace.